Morning. Can I assume you're Mr. Grumman?
Greetings, Thunderbush. I am Mr. Grumman. I know you know very well who I am. My wife told me that you've been quite the troublemaker this week. Getting smart with the teachers and shooting spitwads in Mrs. Crawley's class. I saw last night on Channel 9 that your behavior has even affected our local PSCK news station, causing these, as you call, hack sessions, to break out even over the air. So why don't we skip the small talk and cut right to the chase?
And you started off this meeting with a pack?
A pack? Ah, yes, a pack. I suppose I did.
Mighty bold, aren't we? I can see this isn't going to go smoothly.
I have to say that I am impressed with how you handled my wife and Miss Dawn, but we cannot allow this kind of behavior in this school. You've been on my radar since I heard about your behavior in Mrs. Crawley's class earlier in the week. Your grades haven't been so good lately, have they? Are you going to have to repeat the 11th grade?
No, don't try to change the subject, you just threw a pack. I wasn't going to start, but you started off on the wrong foot, and now I'm about to let her rip on you. Old man. With your "it's a beautiful day" in the neighborhood face. With your big
How? No. Not you. You don't want to try to step smart with me, boy. I used to be just like you in my day, and boy, back then you would have been shark attacked. I'm warning you.
Too late. You already started the showdown sitting in here looking like Orville Redenbacher, smelling like popcorn and mothballs in here. Stinks. And you have the same exact office all the other teachers have. You'd think the principal would get something different. What, do you all share the same office? You don't even have a name tag on your desk. You have a tag that says office. Office. Is that your name? Good day, Mr. Office. That suit is kinda tight today, isn't it? Looking kinda strict around your neck.
No, it's quite fine, thank you. But I'm more interested in where you got that watch. It looks awfully fake. It's not leather. It's not pleather. It's not cotton, wool, polyester or any other material I've ever seen. I assume it's cardboard. So you need to make fake watches to look like you fit in, huh? You wrapped a cardboard strip around your wrist and glued a quarter on it to make the cheap embarrassment you're wearing. You need to incinerate that foolishness.
Incinerated like your hair was incinerated? What happened up there? I've never seen so much hair loss in my life. I thought Ms. Dawn was bad, but yours looks like a straight-up graveyard.
Boy, when I look at your attendance record in class, that looks like a graveyard. 30 absences so far this year. Oh yes, Deemo, perfect example for lower-classmen. That's the way to go.
Well, I'm just following the example of your hair. Your hair has been absent every day this year. It left in September and never came back. What happened? Did it get expelled? Or did someone take a flamethrower to it? Now there's only a chalk outline drawing on your head of where it used to be. May it rest in peace.
So you want to throw packs about hair? I'm about to go Mr. Hyde on that head. Young man, you trying to pick apart my hair when you sit in here with that bush? That bush should be on trial. White boy with a Negro bush dyed blonde, complete with buckshots in the back. You were talking about Mrs. Crawley's buckshots, but them shots you've got give a whole new definition to the term, beady bead.
Ha! Good one.
I'm not done yet. Let's talk about those glasses. Those binoculars. Those microscopes. Boy, you must be one heck of a stargazer with those glasses. The sky must look like a whole new world every night to a kid like you. Boy, never seen a pair of glasses so thick in my life. What brand are they? Hubble? Those glasses can get you a job with NASA for sure. On second thought, maybe you won't even need good grades. With those scopes you got on, I know you can go the distance. I certainly know you can see it.
Whole time you're trying to dice my glasses, you yourself got that pair of quadrifocals on your face. As thick as those glasses are, you can read a closed book. I'ma save time and bypass those big IMAX HDs you got on your mask, and hop back up to that head. You joke about these glasses, but you just made a new breakthrough with that head. While you were talking, I couldn't help but notice I was starting to see the future in the shiny part of your bald head in the front. Is that your secret to how you always know what's happening around here before it does? You look in the mirror and gaze into your head to see what's going on? I should have stopped by your office on Tuesday before the test and glanced into it. I would have done much better. Bald head fortune teller shiny patch boy. You're not just bald, you're crystal bald. Kinda harsh when the sunlight hits your head, how it reflects and makes a laser beam. Oh wait. Something's coming in that shiny patch in the front. It's getting clearer. There it is. Your wife is crying looking at the wrinkles in her face thinking about the pack I gave her yesterday, and... Wait, it's a little foggy. Can you turn your head slightly to the left?
You stepped over the line when you brought my wife into this, but it was funny. But you stepped over the line, and what a tremendous step it was. Any step in those big hardwood Swedish clogs you got on your feet would be over the line. Boy, those canoes you got on your feet. Those rough-ups you got on your feet, those mountain stompers, those moon treaders, those comet kickers. I thought you might have been in the cafeteria this morning. I can recognize those footprints anywhere. Those strong shoes left footprints in the hard tile floor. Those big wooden river dances you got on your feet. Look, let's make a deal. I bet you can step in those shoes. Go ahead and clog on the stage in the auditorium for everyone. We'll have an assembly. I'll make sure you get some extra credit. Do the river dance. You know you want to. You look like you could outstomp Kirk Franklin in those shoes.
Look at you, old man, sitting here holding your own against a high schooler. I like you, Mr. Grumman, but you're not off the hook. Sitting in here sounding like Judge Joe Brown, looking like Elmer Fudd. Your face is hecka strange, your head from the side looks like the PBS logo. Trying to let loose on my shoes with those croaks you got on your feet. They died 20 years ago and you're still trying to bring them back. Why don't you bury those dead loafers in that pet cemetery you got in back of the school and see what happens? Got old spots like no other. You look like a leopard. You and your wife, like two speckled Easter eggs. What's your wife's first name again? Dottie? It would match the hundreds of old spots she has on her face and neck.
No, my wife's name is Barbara, thank you. And speaking of, you could use a barber yourself. That rough and fluff on that head is ready for harvest. Somebody please take a sickle to that nonsense. Nonsense. In fact, everything I'm looking at right now is nonsense. Look at those shoulders. Boy, I've never seen such sharp shoulders in my life. You give a whole new meaning to the term, shoulder blades. You got some real weapons there. You can do some real damage there. In fact, at junior prom I better not see you doing the Harlem Shake. You might accidentally shank someone. You came in here fully armed with those steak knife shoulders, those world stompers on your feet, and that asbestos bush and those scopes you got on complete with those crosshair eyebrows. I should have you arrested for coming to school so dangerous. You're a walking example of modern warfare.
Watching you talk is entertaining. It's amazing how crisp the cracks and crevices and wrinkled lines in your face are, like somebody just decided to toss some hot grease on your face while you were smiling. Joker. I'd love to sit and keep packing. I wanted to throw some more packs at that big snow globe head of yours and that dry Willy Wonka come with me and we'll be in a world of pure imagination suit you got on, 'cause I know you be outside hopping, skipping and jumping and singing in the rain with those high waters jumping and clicking your heels and landing in the puddles, but I have a makeup test next period and the bell is about to ring. So just tell me, are you going to expel me or not?
Expel? Of course not. I'm not going to expel your big Ronald McDonald dome piece, with your hairline looking straight like the Golden Arches. I like you, kid. My wife and Miss Dawn were too soft to handle it, but you the first student other than your friend James to handle the heat of a full-blown pack session with the principal. If you had gotten offended, I would have probably expelled you, but I think you'd be a good example for some of these pansies around here. You know how to shoot dice.
Wow. That was unexpected, but thanks. I do this for a living. You are not too bad yourself. You're actually pretty funny. Do you pack your wife?
Occasionally. But in any case, just try to do better on your school work so I won't have to deal with the other staff's complaints again.
That sounds good. I like you too, Mr. Grumman, you and that whacked on crack Barnum and Bailey bow tie you got on. First teacher I met that can actually pack.
Ha! Now get your big cheddar cheese bush back to class and do a good job, kid.
Aye aye, sir.